Don't you lose sight of what you want.
Greetings fellow captains and welcome back to World of Warships with the Hive Hound. And today we're not going to do the usual gameplay footage. We're going to do something a little bit different, and a video I'd like to title getting to know your ship. Now on the forums you see a lot of questions about commanders and what perks and what equipment you should put on ships. So I thought I'd give an introduction into how you look at your ship, and how you obviously playing the ship will give you a good idea, but just looking at the ship's stats and what it's about can give you a distinct advantage on selecting the right equipment. So we're going to have a look here first off at the tier 5 Arizona, the premium American battleship. So we're going to jump straight to our stats, and we'll have a look. Obviously, survivability and armor. It's a battleship. It's got lots of hit points and lots of armor. So we'll go to the main batteries. Now we have a 16.8, so almost a 17-kilometer firing range. We do just over 11,000 damage with our AP shells, and a 30% chance of fires with our HE shells. Now, my gun ships aren't just all about the main batteries. You've got secondaries as well. And one thing to note, you'll see a contrast with the Warspite, which I'll cover next. The secondary armament firing range is 4.8 kilometers, 1800 damage per shell from each of the two types of guns, the 127 Mark 19 and 127mm Mark 17 guns. It has 18 in total. That's 9 each side of the ship. So as you can see, the secondaries aren't fantastic. So don't waste your time on secondary builds. Although we have got bizarrely the secondary mod pack installed, so we're going to switch that now to the main armament mod. We've also got the damage control system, because battleships, reducing the time and damage you take is obviously an advantage. So let's go back into those stats real quickly and actually have a look. Our secondary batteries start off at 4 kilometers. Yes, it does have secondary batteries. Are they useful? Not really. Probably best to leave them alone. So for our commander, we've gone with William Sims, and some very specific reasons for that. Bonus hit points per ship tier, always nice to have. Taking inspiration to improve the precision of our guns and our reload and traverse times with Charles Madden and Andrew Cunningham. Now, for our first perk, not one for nuisance. Risk of causing fire, risk of flooding. If you get hit by torpedoes, chances are you're going to flood anyway. Reducing that risk by 6% isn't gonna help. Risk of catching fires. Again, you're a battleship. You're gonna be peppered with AP, particularly in the tier 5s. You've got a chance to come up against things, ships such as the Atlanta. So you're not mitigating anything there really. So what we've gone for is range of battleships' main guns and precision. Alright, our risk of fire is higher, but we've got the repair party mod on, so that should assist with that. Increase damage caused by AP shells and improve the traverse speed with gratifying drill bits. Increase the main battery. Could we have just gone for traverse speed? We could have. But why would you just pick traverse speed of plus 0.9 degrees a second when you can increase the damage and add 1.2 traverse speed? Alright, your total speed is reduced, but the Arizona is not the fastest ship in the world. It only does about 19 knots, so losing 7% of that is negligible. You're gonna be focusing most of your encounters at more of the extreme ranges, so 14, I'd say 12 kilometers plus. So losing that battleship speed isn't really going to affect the gameplay. Our third perk, obviously, marksmanship, dispersion of main batteries. As you can tell, we're very focused on accuracy with this ship. I play the Arizona as a sniper. You're going to be looking for those big citadel hits, and the more we improve our guns, the more often and the more likely we are to get those. So definitely focus on that. Shell switch type is a useful perk on a battleship, but like I said, the way I play the Arizona, it is a sniper. So I know what I select my target carefully. I will look to see whoever's presenting the best target and focus my fire on them. And for our final perk, we have gone for increasing our main battery range again. So once again, we are focused purely on the main battery armament of this ship to give us the advantage out in battle. So apologies if there's some dodgy little breaks, but I'm recording this on the PS4 and we've only got that 15-minute timer, so I'm switching back and forth and trying to keep the clips short, concise, and try not to miss anything out. So we will be back in a second where we will be looking over at the British Warspite. The Warspite. So let's have a look at what the Warspite's all about. Okay, so 14.6 is its main battery range. HE shells have a 34% chance of causing fires, and a maximum damage of 11,000 with its AP shells as well. But something particular to take note here: secondary armament, 6.4 kilometers. So the secondary guns, in comparison to the Arizona, are significantly better. And around tier 5, apart from the Japanese Imperial Japanese Navy, torpedo boats are going to be, any destroyer, is going to be struggling to get. They're going to want to be getting within 6 kilometers to fire torpedoes at you, really. So this is where your secondary batteries come in as defense. So let's have a look what we've done with Charles Madden. Obviously, he's only a tier 10 commander currently. So we have taken inspiration from Andrew Cunningham. Actually, might not have been the best choice, but obviously improving your precision of your main battery guns is always an advantage. So we've gone for Brawler. So where reload time of battleship main guns minus 6%, plus 8% to the visibility of torpedoes, and we've also lost some overall distance, 6% on our main battery guns. But it's a brawling ship. We've got good secondaries. We want to get up close. So when you're up close, you're going to want your guns to fire faster, and you're definitely going to want to be able to see torpedoes come in. Although the Warspite's a big ship, it's very, very agile. It's got a turning radius of 550 meters, so getting that extra distance on spotting torpedoes is going to help you close range. Could have gone for not one for the nuisance, but again, risk of you're gonna catch fire, and well, you're mitigating flooding by spotting torpedoes much earlier with the ship. So Porcupine for our second skill, range of secondary batteries plus 6, precision of secondary batteries plus 6, dispersion of secondary batteries minus 9. So you can see we're very, very focused on improving our secondaries. So anything that gets within 6.4 kilometers, you're going to steadily start causing damage very, very quickly. And our third perk, we could have gone with Firefighter, but do you really want to add 30% to the damage control party duration when you're in a Brawler? This is something you're going to be getting up close, you know, when you're fighting at close range, you're trying to get into secondary gun battery range. There's going to be fires. As simple as that. It's just something that you have to learn to live with a battleship like the Warspite. And don't be one of those battleship captains that instantly hits the repair party as soon as you set on fire. It's really common. I see it a lot and I use it to maximize my damage. I'll fire a salvo at HE at a battleship. They'll be on fire and they'll instantly put it out. You can recover 90% of that damage. But if I wait till your cooldown is finished, which depending on the ship's anything from 15 to 30 seconds, and set you on fire again, you're going to burn for the full minute. And if I cause more than one fire, obviously you're going to lose a lot of health. So yeah, be smart. So we've gone for shell on second thoughts, so shell type switch time. So when your guns are fully loaded, if I'm there with AP ready to take on, I don't know, let's say a Fuso, and a little destroyer pops up, yes, okay, it's still going to take me about 22, 23 seconds to switch my shell type, but it's better than waiting 30 seconds and die into a destroyer when we can switch shells faster. And for our final perk, we've gone for Master Mechanic. So -6 to repair party reload time. Obviously, brawling up close, getting caught on fire. This is definitely something that you want. +6% to HP recovered. So this means we can risk taking a bit more damage because we can recover that much more damage. And with an extra charge on our repair party, this is definitely something that you want to be considering with a brawling type ship such as the Warspite. So that covers battleships. We've got two very sort of opposing battleships there. Let's have a look at there's no Japanese. I just realized there's no Japanese premium battleships. Very little of them. So yeah, let's have a look at the tier 5 cruisers. So first of all, Pensacola. So Pensacola, obviously we don't have torpedoes. Our secondary battery ranges are rubbish. We've got a good firing range of 15 kilometers and reasonable damage from the armor piercing shells. HE 16% chance of fire. So we're going to our captain. May not have the right setup here, I won't lie. So cruiser AP shell penetration multiplier plus 3.6%, so increase our damage. Precision of battleship main guns. Well, that's a bit of a mistake there, isn't there? Let's have a quick look. Incoming damage to your citadel. Pensacola's not got that much health to worry about in the first place. Maximum cruiser speed. Damage caused by AP shell fired from the cruiser. Right, yeah. We'll buff that. So torpedo speed. Sorry to tell you, but after tier 4, none of the Americans have torpedoes. So that's a completely pointless perk. So, in all fairness, maybe George Dewey isn't the best commander. So, increased chance of fire being caused. Yeah, fair enough. It's about the only useful perk. Sea detection range, traverse speed of destroyer guns, so cruiser and battleship guns. We've gone for torpedo visibility. Maybe crisscross would be a better option because it will. We'll change that now because the Pensacola does have very slow turret rotation speed. maximum movement speed, shell switch type, torpedo reload tube time. Yeah, no point in using that whatsoever. Shell switch type is it's a potential. It has got a 15-second reload, but we've gone for increasing the speed. And for our final perk, smoke screen, no. Reaching out, increase main battery range, or rudder shift time. We've gone for increasing the range slightly, and because we've got a legendary jewelry, we've gone for fully packed to give us extra consumables. Now, have I made the right choice by having George Jury as my commander? That's very possible. Let's have a look to see. We have well, that was a silly move. Press the wrong button. Let's have a look at Thomas Kinkade. So, main battery traverse speed, main battery reload time. We were just saying about the Pensacola slow traverse speed. Torpedo visibility range. Sonar reload time. So for our first perk, we have incoming splash damage minus 17%. Traverse speed of cruiser guns 1.8. This is looking like a significantly better setup. Yep. Torpedo visibility range, main cruiser speed, rudder shift time. Now by increasing the rudder shift time, we can kind of mitigate some of the gun traverse speed issues by turning the ship rather than the guns. For our third perk, movement speed, incoming damage, incoming fire dispersion. Actually, we can probably switch this to sponge. So incoming damage from cruisers is reduced, R1 HP is increased, and repair time is decreased. Acoustic chamber, sonar reload time, sonar duration, and an extra sonar charge. Now our damage control reload time minus 3% and +2 to duration. So as you can see, we all make mistakes, and although we had George Dewey as a commander, Thomas Kinkade is clearly the best option for the Pensacola, at least. Maybe I was using Jury on the tier 4, the Omaha. So a slight pause and break in the video there because unfortunately the PlayStation only allows you to record 15 minutes, and I'm not entirely sure how long I was rabbiting on for then. So next we're going to have a look at the Oba for the Japanese Imperial Navy. So first thing you want to do, go on to stats and have a look at the ship. So we have a low chance of HE really with 17% causing fire, 14.4 kilometer range, pretty good AP shells with 4,700 damage considering the relatively quick 10-second reload time. We do on the Japanese Imperial Navy, and it continues all the way up to tier 7, have torpedoes. So we have a 10-kilometer torpedo range, which is outstanding, particularly for a cruiser, considering most cruisers torpedoes are under or on or around 6 kilometers. So because we have torpedoes, that's something we want to consider. Concealment, detectability range by sea, 10.7 kilometers, so just outside of our torpedo range. So there's no stealth fire. Well, there is stealth fire in torps if someone's traveling towards you, but yeah, always be aware Oyobas can fire 10-kilometer torpedoes. So let's have a look at I'm not going to try and pronounce the name of my currently equipped captain. I think it would just be, and so we're going to call him Togo. So let's have a look at how we've planned. So we've taken sea detectability range to stealth us up a little bit. Torpedo speed, 3% to the speed of our torpedoes, with people not expecting the orbit to be able to fire 10 kilometers away. This is a particularly handy little perk. Secondly, so we could have gone for barely out of peril, ramming. If you're not going to ram anyone in your orbit, it's a light cruiser, it's going to die. Burn it down. There's not much point in improving the HE chances. They're 17%. It's just going to be a bit of a waste. Look at me now. So we've tried to stealth ourselves up a bit again, reducing our detectability range by 3. We could have gone for, well, that's a pointless perk. Crisscross doesn't work on cruisers. It's for destroyers and battleships. Torpedo visibility range. The orbit's quite agile anyway, so I don't really think it's necessary. That's more of a battleship perk. We've increased the reload time of our torpedoes by 4%. Again, the shell switching time, not really worth it on a cruiser with a 10-second reload. We could have gone for maximum movement speed, but again, it's a very agile ship. Be a bit of a waste. Rudder shift time and steering gear repair time, more of a destroyer perk really. Reaching out, main battery range plus 2%. Smoke screen. Why? So we've obviously made a mistake here with having the smoke screen on as our final perk. So we will, we'll increase the range by 2%, and obviously we do have Togo as a legendary captain, so we've gone for you can't repair HP, it's a cruiser. Engine repair time, maybe. Increased consumable charge, extra plane and extra sonar. That's definitely something that we want. So that's how we're going to set up the commander on our tier 5 Japanese ship. Maybe the odd perk. No, have I got Togo on my? That's why I had the smoke screen, is because we're also using Togo on our Kagro. So yeah, so that was a little intro into getting to know your ship. So look for your ship. Playing the ship is obviously going to give you a better idea of what it's capable of, but a quick look at the stats, like we've seen when you looked at the Arizona and the Warspite, you could see very, very different ships just by their stats. For example, if you look at something like the Shan Host, it's that's also a secondary build ship, but it has torpedoes. Its main battery guns aren't very accurate, so doing an accuracy build is pointless. So I hope you guys found this useful, and well, let me know in the comments if there's any particular ships you want me to look over, you want to see me play. Obviously, I see I've got quite a lot of ships. I haven't got them all, so I might have to recruit some other players to record some footage for me, if that's the case. But thank you very much for stopping by and watching, and until next time, see you then. Take care.